So we need to get the batteries from the North Island to South Island because you actually can't carry them on normal little airplanes.
Unfortunately, I failed the mission that I set out to do.
So Louis Twittered saying we needed help because he got stuck and held up at Christchurch.
Devin has organised for someone to come and pick the batteries up from me, so I'm just waiting for her, and she's kindly offered to drive all the way over to Queenstown and continue the mission and deliver the battery so the guys can film tomorrow. So this is Ashton. She's going to take the battery, she's going to continue the mission, take them to Devin and the crew. Thank you for doing this, it's so kind of you.
She was able to help us, Ashton, right? I say it right? Yeah. Help us, so now we have our batteries. So thank you so much for doing that. We appreciate it. And I got you $500 as well.
Oh no, it's alright. It's fine.
We gotta pay you something.
No, it's fine.
Can we cover your gas? We want to pay you guys. Here.
No, we said we were just doing it for the fun.
I know, you are just doing it for the fun. Can I give you gas money?
It's all good. We filled up before we left, so it's fine. Really.
So I'm dealing with the nicest people in the world. Welcome to New Zealand. Here we are in New Zealand, the South Island, a beautiful Milford Sound, and as you see, we're doing a helicopter shot. And we got Chris Newman here who's going to take off from the back of the boat. We want to get those epic shots where the camera's moving right past the water, so Chris is going to fly super low. As you can see, he has these cute little floaties he borrowed from his kids, and then we took the, and then we got some noodles. So this is not waterproof by any means, but if it goes in the water, it is going to sink, but it's going to give us a couple extra seconds to dive in there and pull it out, which means everything will get ruined for the most part, but we'll at least have it so we can fix some of it. Normally we'd get these shots with the bow, but obviously we can get it much better with a remote control helicopter. There's 8 blades, and 8 blades are supposed to be spinning. One of them was not spinning. So that should have crashed, but it didn't. I'm like shaking. Chris was flying up there, and all of a sudden he realized that one of the blades on the octocopter was not spinning. So we're gonna find out what is going on right now. And we're gonna film kayaking right now. So we got several people that we're with right now, and you can see right behind us. It's a really cool setup. It's actually something I've never seen before, where this lifts up, you put the kayak on it, and then it lowers, and you can start kayaking right out of there. So we're out here at Discovery Center, right? We're here at the Discovery. We've been filming with the heli, and now the wind has picked up. You don't want to film with more than 15 mile/hour winds with the setup we have. And right now it's 30 mile/hour winds, and that's kind of a no-no when you have a expensive camera flying over water. So we decided to play it safe, then play it sorry. So we're now doing the rest with the Glidecam, and we obviously can't get the same kind of shots. We're flying over the water, but we're gonna do the best we can with the boat pushing in. So right now I'm resetting everything. So we took the Dragon off of the setup that Chris had and put it on our Glidecam. We were flying over water, which is pretty dangerous, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, 1,000-foot drop-offs in water is the same thing to me. If it goes down, it's all gone.
Did we have any close calls today?
We did have a few. We were flying over this waterfall. The waterfall is 500 feet up, and we're about 100 feet over the top, so that's about 600 feet.
That's the highest you've ever flown to, right?
Yeah, so we did have permission from the airport to do that, so it was all good to go, but it was really intense flying Devin's $50,000 camera. If I was flying my own camera, which is a $10,000, that's not as bad.
We made sure ahead of time, we went to the actual airport, we got clearance from them, so we want to take every safety precaution possible. So just be mindful of that whenever you are flying your drones, that you notify the airport, especially if you're close to the airport. So we did that, and every time we took off, we'd actually call in and let them know where we were, so there was going to be no surprise with another airplane coming by. As far as close calls today, we had a couple bird attacks, yeah?
Yeah, we had some seagulls. They came down swooping it, trying to intimidate it, and if they would have tried to fight it, then we would have. I think
we both would have lost, though. I think something would have happened. We would have gone down. 2 times the blade stopped spinning. One of the blades. So what does that mean if 2 blades go out?
So on an octocopter, typically you can have up to 3 go out. Actually, up to 2 go out before it'll fall. So the 3rd one, you'll definitely fall.
He saved it both times. He's the best RC heli pilot that I know, so that's why we work with him. He can fly super low, super fast, and he's always pushing the boundaries, in my opinion, as far as cinematography and getting those epic, amazing shots. So a big part of this video is because of Chris. willing to take those risks because he has all the training to do that stuff. So just know that that's how we got all those moving shots. We are literally stopping every 2 minutes because everywhere you look is absolutely scenic.
Devin, come touch it.
They like eat things.
That is insane. Look at that place.
I have a bad feeling about this.
We just got done shooting river rafting with TNZ, and now they're sending us in a helicopter. We're in Queenstown, and we're with Heli Tours, correct? Yep. Yeah, and here's our pilot right here. Our pilot Dan's taking us in his awesome chopper. We're gonna be flying above all the places where they film like Lord of the Rings, right?
Yep, that's right.
So this is my constricted space I have to film out of. We got the Moby. This is Chris Newman's. It's brought to you by CineChopper.
The gimbal on the Moby decided to kind of freak out a little bit on us while we were up there. We couldn't get it to reset. I wouldn't call it an emergency landing, but we had to land, reset the Moby. We're just going to format a card while we're at it.
We just got done with our 3-hour heli ride with Heli Tours. Dan was an amazing pilot. Took us through all like these crazy mountain ranges with snow caps everywhere. Some of the coolest footage I've ever seen. Carter couldn't really see it. He was just holding the screen and the battery pack for me. He was checking like my focus and checking the exposure, making sure everything was good, while I was just hanging out the side, just trying to steer the camera to make sure we were capturing good stuff. So it's kind of a team effort. We got Jenna behind the camera doing BTS from Stoked for Saturday. Everyone kind of had their part. Dan, I was kind of directing him, telling him, hey, I want you to go left, I want you to go right, go a little bit higher. Can you do that again? Can you swing around? Can you get a little farther away this time? So we had our headsets on, communicating back and forth. And it's super loud and windy up there. We tore off the door of the side of the helicopter so we could film out the side. Super cold, super windy, and super loud, so it's kind of hard to communicate and get that all going. So we shot probably 500 gigabytes of footage up there on the Red at 6K. So we got some awesome stuff, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. To find out more about Heli Tours, where do they find you guys?
We're at Queenstown Airport. It's based right on the end of the runway there, so as soon as you come into the airport, you'll see a helicopter sitting there. We do pretty much anything. You know, we can tailor-make tours to what people want. We can go straight to Milford and back, or we can go to the glaciers on the way to Milford. There's the website up there.
There it is, helitours.co.nz. We'll put it up right here for you guys.
Yeah.
So to find out more about them, you can visit them there. We got the Red Epic Dragon shooting at 6K at 24 frames a second. Exposure varied, but we shot about at a 10 aperture around there and about a 1/500th of a shutter speed. ISO is at 800. We were using a 16 to 35 millimeter lens with a polarizer on there. The polarizer actually helps a lot more than people think. It just brings out the blues and the greens and contrasts against the clouds and takes the reflection off the water. The fun of filmmaking is different challenges and situations. You learn how to overcome them and make it work and still get golden footage. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments.
This video, it took 2 days to film. Parker and Carter, their group, they flew here by helicopter yesterday and they got all the high aerial stuff, and then we came in today, got all the low aerial stuff with a quadcopter with CineChopper. So we had a blast, we got to go on a boat, and this place is magical, one of my favorite places I've ever been, and everywhere you look is literally a postcard. So this is Claire with Southern Discoveries. Tell us a little bit about Southern Discoveries.
So Southern Discoveries have been operating for over 50 years in Milford Sound, and it's also known as the 8th wonder of the world.
It's one of the most remote places in the world that's still untouched.
It's just somewhere that everyone has to have on their bucket list.
They do all these amazing tours, Queenstown, Milford Sound, and any other locations?
No.
Okay,
No, just
so that's it. So if you want to go on this epic, amazing adventure, I'm going to have a link below in the description. Check out Southern Discoveries. These guys with Tourism New Zealand made this project happen, this video happen, so super thanks to them for giving us this amazing experience. And without any further ado, over and out.